Good morning. I'm filming this on a Tuesday. That dripping is my coffee being made, and I am going to give you an update on this guy. So Oliver had his surgery last week, and to be honest, I thought I was gonna like film this whole video with updates along the way, and it was just a really busy time. And I kind of burned out yesterday. I feel so much better today, but so this is gonna be more of like a total just sit down update video. So let me get comfy. Okay, this might be a good spot for an update video in my house. I think I've just filmed so little in this house, and I've been here for 2.5 years now, that I haven't like figured out all the spots for this, but this seems like a good lighting because there's windows on both sides, so I can always be backlit. Okay, so today's Tuesday, so it's been 1 week since Oliver's surgery. Last Tuesday, I brought him in, and just like a recap, he had a large thyroid tumor. And so he had to have half his thyroid removed and his thyroid tumor. So I brought him in last Tuesday, and it went really, really well. They were like, he's doing amazing and everything. So I picked him up on the Wednesday. They kept him overnight, mostly to just make sure his calcium levels regulated, because they had to take 2 parathyroid glands, and those kind of manage your calcium. So he was doing great, picked him up, and he did so fantastic at home, and he still is. Like, I'm acting like things are terrible. They're not. His incision is quite dramatic, and I'll show you. I'm about to do the hot compress on it. So it's quite big, and that's been healing beautifully. Initially, I didn't have to have the cone on him too much. I was able to supervise him almost all the time, but on Saturday, I was telling this in my stories, that my Insta stories, that he suddenly started bleeding and he was covered in blood. So I'm not going to show you a photo because I think it's not really okay to just like show a dog covered in blood, but it was like a scene at a Carrie. Like, he was just covered in blood, and I was like, oh my God. I turned my back for 1 second. He must have scratched and caught a stitch. And so I was super worried, locked him in the bathroom, started wiping it off, and it wasn't from his stitches. Needless to say, since then, even though he didn't cause anything with his nails or scratch, I've had his cone on him now constantly because I just don't want to risk anything. So I was wiping everything away, and I realized this other incision that I noticed right when the bandage started coming off was like squirting blood. And right away I was like, that's from the draining tube. I've had the same surgery, so I had a draining tube, and I have like a little scar underneath mine that had stitches as well. So I was like, that must be what it is. But I found it weird it wasn't stitched. But I was like, okay, well, the doctors know what they're doing. I guess it doesn't require a stitch. So when it started to squirt blood, I was like a little freaked out, got Bo up. Bo was the only kid I had with me. The rest of the kids were at their dad's, and we went like 6 a.m. to the hospital where he had his surgery, which is also an emergency room, vet emergency. And I saw the first ER doctor, and the first year, we saw 2 doctors because there was a shift change, and the first one was like, she was baffled. Both of them could clearly see it was from a scalpel. There was nothing in the notes from the surgery about what this was. And the first one thought maybe it was like they made a second incision to get a lymph node, and they just like forgot to stitch it. And then the second one, and I don't want to bash the hospital. Like, the hospital's been super incredible, and I would highly recommend them to everyone. And I still have not spoken to the surgeon, so I don't quite know what's going on here. But, and then the second one said that they were concerned it was actually for drainage, and that there was a reason why there was no stitch, that maybe there was a reason for this, and it was like I should do a hot compress and just let the fluid come out. So I spoke to someone from the surgical team yesterday, and they actually confirmed that during surgery there was a drain in there, and that's what that was from. And she seemed to kind of not know why it wasn't stitched. So we still don't quite know if it was like on purpose not stitched or whatever. Needless to say, it stopped bleeding, but there is some swelling in that one area. Like, after the day after his surgery, he had some swelling. It went way, like, his actual incision's doing amazing. Bruising's gone, like, it looks incredible. But there's some swelling. So it makes me a little nervous. Like I just don't want it to be, swelling isn't bad, but I just want to make sure it's not like fluid buildup. Like I don't want like, what is it, a hematoma or whatever that could be on, right, Oliver? We're all trying to take good care of you. Anyways, I'm gonna do his hot compress. So I will show you his scar. It's just stitches and a red spot. So it shouldn't be too gross or squeamish. So I give Oliver shredded cheese. He loves cheese, it's his favorite, to kind of like make these situations not too stressful. So first I'm gonna take his cone off. I'm just warming up the water for the hot compress. He loves this because then the cone gets to come off. Oh wait, let's do this. His tail is white because he knows. He likes this actually. Right. Oh, there we go. Nice little shape. Good boy. See his scar? So there's his incision, and you can see that's the spot that was bleeding. All right? You're doing such a good job. Such a good boy. Oh, he won't sit on tile, so I just have to put a towel down. All right. Hey, we don't steal it. Okay, Oliver. Come here. Sit. Good boy. Good sit. Wow. What a good boy you are. What a good boy you are. Okay, stay. Okay. So now, he doesn't mind this. See, I just do a little hot compress. He actually really likes this. His tail's wagging. This probably feels quite cozy. Yeah. Okay, we gotta sit again. If you want cheese, we gotta sit. Oh, what a good sit. Is it good boy? Okay, just do it again. Good boy. I know. Probably a little tender. Good boy. They told me to like push up. I don't think it's swelling a lot more. I think he's okay. You want more cheese? Anyways, I hope Oliver lives many more years because now this is out of him. So we haven't actually heard yet if it, like the findings of the biopsy. So we haven't heard if it's for sure cancer. There's this part of me that's like in my gut, I'm like, I don't think it's cancer, but they keep telling me that it's almost always cancer. But they've done so many aspirations and no cancer cells have been found. I did know that I had to get that tumor out of there because it wasn't cancer that would kill him. It would have been like, that would have just strangled him. So that had to come out. So the surgery had to happen. But I'm very curious. So they took out a ton of lymph nodes too. So they took out half his thyroid. Everything's going really well. As you can see, he's just like super happy and alert. I put all his pills in meatballs. So on Friday when we see the surgeon, they said his sutures might be removed then too. Anyways, there's our update. Life has been crazy. Not crazy bad. There's been some really good stuff going on, but it's just been really like overly busy. Like a lot of, I don't know why I booked so many like kids appointments and stuff all at once while this was going on, and then work's been really busy with the water cooler, which is great. It's like nothing's bad. It's just I was burning out, and Oliver had been waking me up every day before 5, so like 4 something, and it really was catching up to me. Thank goodness this morning he let me sleep till my alarm went off at 5:30, which I need. I just need to sleep till 5:30 and then I'm good. It was too early, so I was really burning out, and I'm trying to just slow down generally. I think I've been going too hard, and I was feeling that, you know, that feeling of like run down, like you feel like, oh my gosh, am I gonna get sick? So that's how I had been feeling. But today I'm feeling much better, and I'm pacing myself more, and and I'm knocking out my to-do list, so it's good. It's all good. Okay, you can eat the rest. All right, well, thanks for watching, guys. I'll keep you updated. While I'm in this busy season, I may sometimes miss a week video here and there, but I plan to not disappear from YouTube. But I kind of have to always put, like, obviously kids and family and stuff first, and myself first, and then also the water cooler, because that's what pays the bills mostly these days. So I have to just make sure I prioritize properly. So if I'm ever disappearing, it's only because of life's busy. But other than that, life is like really, really good. All right, thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye.